What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Saturday night live with Two Brothers Comics. We're going to do some comic talk, show you guys some of the stuff we picked up this week, so stay tuned.
All right, what's going on? How is everybody doing?
2 thumbs up.
I'm good.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, with us tonight, all night, the man, Mr. Justin Birch. If you guys don't know him, he is the master letterer and a good friend of ours now. He is really working hard with Mad Cave and putting out some great stuff with those guys. So if you watch any of our content, then you should know who he is. So he's just going to hang with us all night tonight.
And he's got his own special segment, so we're pretty excited about that, actually. I think it's probably going to be one of our better segments. So you want to say hey to some people in the chat, Dustin?
Yeah, absolutely. And it just loaded up. There it went. All right, so there's the lurking eyes. What's up, Perry? What's going on, man? Tarks9, what's up? Bama Links, beginning to be a regular with us every Saturday night. And so far, that's all I'm seeing here.
Captain Comics, hello.
Captain, what's up, brother? I did see that Captain's actually going to be fighting it out on Comigories this week, so that's going to be cool.
That's awesome. And he got the box, so he did get the Savage Bastards 1 and 2 that he won from our drawing last week. So fantastic. So Justin, what you been doing this week, man? You been working hard?
Yeah, just a whole bunch of letters.
Do you ever get tired of the font or tired of looking at fonts and dealing with it all?
No. If I did, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much as I do.
I guess that's a good point, huh? William Smallwood, hello. I think this is the first time we've had you with us, so nice. Nice to have you. BB, have they answered if you buy more than 1 3 box, or can you? I don't know yet, but we'll talk about that a little bit. And then Phil, what's going on, Phil? So a couple of things we want to talk about tonight. We're going to go over some comic news. This is basically the Saturday night Comic Book Babble-on, and I definitely stole that from a certain someone who is obviously a much better YouTuber, podcaster, director, all of the above. So I hope you guys enjoy the kind of the humor with that. So it'll be a little bit of the Comic Book Babble-on tonight. So the first thing I think we're going to do is kind of show everybody kind of some of the new pickups this week. And for that, let's
Justin, you're the guest, man. Outside of what you're going to show in your segment tonight, did you pick up anything this week?
I did. I picked up 3 things. 3 things I have to show you.
All
But
right.
you really want me to go first?
We'll let Dustin go first, then you go second, and then Dustin will go.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna run through these quick, guys, because I knocked them down, but I still got a little bit to go. So, all right, guys. So this week I got a package in the mail. These are some books that I traded a New Mutants 98 for. Got a little bit of cash to go with them. So we have here, you guys know I've been on this Silver Age kick. So I got Submariner issue number 3. Submariner issue number 14. Submariner issue number 20. Look at there, Perry, if you're still in here. That Doom cover. I really love this cover. Issue 24 with the Orca Killer Whale. Issue 38. Issue 66 with that Killer Whale making a second appearance in my pickups this week. All right, now I've got a Funko Pop to show with this one. I got Michael Jordan on the Sports Superstars issue number 1, and I didn't get 1. I got 2 because he had 2. I love Michael Jordan, so I had to pick both of those up. Now, yesterday my wife took care of me, and she hooked me up. Bam! Check it out. 10 inches of Michael Jordan greatness right there. Can't even get mad at it, Justin. It ain't going to do no good because I'm going to still love on it. So I'm going to have that displayed out of box right here next to my Michael Jordan. And also I picked up China issue number 1 from him from the 90s. So this was just a mail call that I had this week. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to move through these quickly. Now I want to move into what I picked up today. Went to a local comic shop, picked up God Country trade paperback. They had them on sale. Had to pick it up. No brainer there. I picked up this because I saw it at Killer Finds. I actually didn't want him to sell it last night, and he sold it anyway, and that was cool because I told him, just go ahead and make your money, man. But this Wolverine Origins number 16, I just love that cover. So I picked that up. Picked up another Cap book. That right there is not Captain America, guys. You see that gun, what he's doing right? That's Captain America right there. He's getting down. He's tearing the Nazis up. That's awesome. Now, I picked up a whole set here, and I'm missing issue number 2. This is actually a connecting cover set. Bebop and Rocksteady destroy everything. Got issue number 1. I got issue number 3. I got issue number 4. And issue number 5. And these are all connecting covers. And when you put them together, bam, that's what you got. Sorry, that's not the best picture. If I had number 2, then I'd be able to put them together and take a picture. Anybody out there got that number 2? Now, I also picked up Bebop and Rocksteady's Hit the Road. These are also a whole set of connecting covers. I don't have number 1. Anybody got number 1? These are also connecting covers. There's number 2. Issue number 3. Issue number 4. Issue number 5. So I'm really pumped to read these, guys. I'm actually going to read these books. I was just flipping through back issues, saw a turtle section, said, let me see. Saw those in there, picked those up because I just loved them. And that's what you're going to get when you put all those together when I get issue number 1. So really cool looking. 2 more books, and then I got 2 more little things, Nick. I promise I'm going to be done. Check out this. This is the sub cover. This is the art appreciation cover for TMNT number 57, the Rafa Lisa. How cool does that look? Does that look cool?
That's pretty cool.
Pick that up. And y'all saw me post on Instagram not too long ago. I was seeing if anybody in the community had this book. Nobody hit me up. I found it today, and it is guaranteed 9.8. Guaranteed that this is a 9.8, guys. This thing is clean. These corners are so sharp that cut you when you look at them. That's that 340 homage right there. Man, it's just a really cool book. Love this book. And the turtles are not stopping because, and Justin, I know you're a big toy guy. Check out what I got, man. I don't know if I showed you these or not. These are original. Original. Check Splinter out, man. He's still got the beautiful pink robe. Still got the belt. I don't have the bow and arrow. And then check them out, man. These things are awesome. Original 88 right there.
I thought you were going to show me Funkos for a second.
That's coming now. You guys saw I got the set here. You see I got a hole, right? I got a hole for the original set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Funkos. Who was I missing? I got Shredder this week, guys. Shredder is here. Now the hole is filled. Now the collection is complete. I still need Casey Jones, but he's not a part of this series, but I did get Shredder finally. Also, got hooked up yesterday with this OG original Marvel cap. So I was super pumped to get that one. That's everything I got this week. Sorry it took so long, guys. I'm done. Who's next?
All right, so we'll put Justin on next, but there was a couple people made a couple of comments, and I wanted to make sure we said something about those and acknowledge everybody in the chat. So DJ Tony Snark, hey guys, love the X-Men. Recently got an XI2. That's awesome, man. We're going to be doing something pretty cool with the X-Men later. Hit the like button. Thanks, Captain. Katie, hello. 10 inches of Michael Jordan love. LMAO. What's going on, Austin? Got to check out the Bebop and Rocksteady books. And then what's going on, Count Von Strange? I need that TMNT book. And then Austin, that Shredder cover is sick. So, perfect, man. So why in the world? Let me do this. Oh, no. Why is it still making Dustin big? This isn't right.
YouTube knows who the star is, man. Come on.
Whatever. We'll just leave you as big. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I picked up 3 things this week. The first one is I've got a book coming up where a main character in it talks via American Sign Language. And I was trying to think of a way to do that creatively. And I remember that they did it in this run of Hawkeye. So I picked it straight up so that I could see how it was done there, if there was any way that I could improve on it, make it better. I have a photographic memory, so if I remember reading it once in a book, I store that away for when I'll need it again sometime down the road.
That's pretty cool.
While I was in the shop, I wanted to pick up some books to help the guy out since he's closed. Unfortunately, he didn't have any image titles that I was looking for. Like I wanted to pick up and start Gideon Falls. I wanted to read. There was another book that I had picked out, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't even find any Usagi Yojimbo. Figured I'd try to round out that collection as well.
Yeah.
But what he did have was the first trade of Vision, and I have yet to read it. So
that's pretty cool.
Perfect time to pick it up. Help him out.
Is that going to be kind of like what the TV series is about?
I have no idea, honestly. I just know that Tom King wrote it, and everybody raved about it. So,
awesome.
And then the other thing I have is these prints that are for the cover of the upcoming Al Snow book.
That is awesome.
Met up with the writer today and signed about 50 of these. You can see my official signature. Well, you can see all the signatures. Tommy Patterson, Nick Wetland, Al Snow right there in the middle, Eric Watkins, and me right there at the end.
Such a perfect signature for a letterer. Love that. I have a question.
I messed this one up. That's why I kept it.
I have a question about that. It looked like, and I may be wrong, is that an actual, is that an action figure Al Snow sitting on top of the head? It almost looked like if you look at the knees, like it was an articulated knee there, like an action figure almost. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think that's just the armor that he's wearing in this particular story.
Okay, cool. That's awesome though.
All right. And so I had a couple big things I picked up this week. Finally was able to get the hardcover of Saga in. Maybe I should do that. I mean, you don't see anything, but so the hardcover of Saga, if you've not read this, you definitely should. I ordered this on Amazon 2 weeks ago, and it just now showed up because of the whole COVID delay. But that collects up to, I believe, issue 18. And then I won some stuff on an auction from 36 Chambers. So he's a YouTube community member here. And I was just going to do a quick unboxing.
Awesome tattoo artist. I've checked out some of his stuff, and he does really, really cool stuff. I think he actually does some actual art prints too.
Yeah, sketch prints and stuff. So that's his logo. Yeah. But he was doing an auction the other night, and he threw these up here. I threw a number up that nobody else wanted to compete with.
And that's the best way to do it.
That's it.
You don't mess around. Give me 1 second. I'm going on mute while I rip off this tape.
All right, guys. So Nick is opening up this 36 Chambers package. I didn't pay attention, I guess, that night, or he might. Nick stays up later than I do some nights, so he
was a late one.
Yeah, he may have grabbed it late at night. So I'm interested to see what it was, if it was something he was wanting bad enough to just throw out that big number. Because when you want something in an auction, that's how you got to do it. Is throw out a number that's pretty much the highest thing you're willing to pay for it, and
it's going on 90.
Hope that nobody else is gonna want to mess with it.
All right, so y'all ready for the greatest books you'll ever see in your life? Boom, Max Ride. I'm just kidding, guys. This is a free book you threw in.
I was like, what is that? I've never heard of this, and why am I missing out?
And then I also have 2 Spider-Man boot boxes to open. I may or may not do both tonight.
You almost had the FOMO kicking in hard with that when you threw that first book up, dude. I'm like, what did I miss?
All right, so some Fantastic Four goodness.
Ooh.
Issue 106.
Nice.
This isn't why I bought it. It was just a lot. This wasn't the one I bought it for.
Looks good though.
Yeah, it's not a bad issue.
Bronze Age? Yeah.
It's a 15 center. I don't think it's bronze, is it?
Yeah.
Silver? Maybe it's bronze. I don't know.
I think silver Silvers were all 12 centers, I think.
Fantastic 483.
Nice.
Oh, no, that's the one I was waiting to save for last. Fantastic 4150. So that's a pretty cool little cover. And again, I didn't pay a bunch for the books. I just threw out a high enough number where nobody else wanted it. And then another one. So one of my Spider-Man booth boxes, I call this Unhitchable. But it's actually a Hitchblade. And I'm not familiar with this run. And then the whole reason I bought this box or this lot was for Fantastic 482 for this cover right here. So this is one that I love.
Yeah, that's cool. Right on, man.
So thought that was pretty neat, something cool. Will Martin. So send me an email to nick@twobrotherscomics.com and we can take care of that from last night.
And that's the number 2. Nick at number2brotherscomics.com. I'll drop it in the chat.
All right. So and then that Spider-Man booth. So this was from the Golden Ninja Turtles GP. You good, Justin? And spoiler alert, I did not win the GP because if you did, let's be realistic, it wouldn't show up in a Spider-Man booth box. It shows up in a USPS priority mail.
Mm-hmm.
But so let's show you all my unknown variant comics. I'm sure I picked up from this book from this lot.
Hey,
So-
you can't be mad at that. I know you dig Batman Who Laughs. That's an awesome cover, man.
It is.
Like,
And
I
I
would
u-
be cool with having that in my collection. I don't have a single Batman Who Laughs.
So that's pretty cool little cover.
Is that a dinosaur? What is that?
I believe that's Krakoa.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
I think.
I think
That
you're
would
right.
make-
Yeah, I see it now. The red eyes are dead giveaway. That's cool,
Yep.
though.
When he wasn't cool, when he was a bad guy.
And then the Amazing Spider-Man 4, which I'm sure is an Unknown Comics variant. I like the black suit, but the run is not necessarily anything I think anybody's excited about. And if you're wondering, none of the prices are ever accurate on these things. And then I believe this is a Guardians of the Galaxy. I think.
Drax.
Is that Drax? Yeah.
That's
So
Drax.
it's probably
man.
an Unknown Comics. And then let's see what else. The Amazing Spider-Man number 5.
And see, all these are like some type of incentive variants or
They're not incentives. They're
or
all
not
retailer
incentive,
exclusives.
exclusive variants, which is something you don't really care for. You know,
And
I
the
know
market
you
doesn't
talked
really
about
either.
You've gotten to the point where you just really buy the A covers. So, like, I don't see their mystery boxes being something for you at this point.
No, I just really wanted that golden TMNT. Oh, what is it? This special. And there
Yeah,
was only a
and that's
couple.
such a limited book. Oh my gosh, I
It's
watched.
one
I don't even remember who did a whole show on that book, but sometime back over last summer, or it may have been right before winter started. Someone did a whole show on that book and talked about it, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and so I really wanted it, right? So I'm like, well, let me put Two Brothers Comics on it. Maybe he'll be like, oh, they're YouTubers. Let me send them the GP, and that way they can do an unboxing. And I'm joking, but that's what everybody kind of makes a joke about. That I've gotten this one before. It is not a $25 book.
Is that
It
Venom?
looks cool. I don't know what it
Or
is.
Lady Death?
No, it's not a Lady Death. I'll pop it open and show you guys in a minute. But yeah, so it's pretty cool, but not $25. Another Batman Who Laughs number 1. So that's pretty cool.
I like the first one you had better.
Yeah,
I don't know. That one's not bad. It's got Nightwing on it.
it does. And then Electric Warriors. This must be one of those. Yeah, it's a miniseries. Have you ever heard of those? I've not.
Mm.
And then Deceased number 1. So those are pretty, people tend to, those market, the market on these tend to stay pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, Detective
Sorry.
Comics 999. Or if you turn it upside down, 666. So that's what came in 2 boxes of that Spider-Man booth. that I ordered at the same time. Use that Gym Mint collectible or Gym Mint code. So I got $10 off, and because I bought 2, it took another $10 off. So I think it was like $20, per box. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. You play the game for the GP, and you never know if you're gonna win it or not.
Yeah, and like I said, it's really more of a raffle with like bad consolation prizes. Oh man! So
can I just say, wow,
Kirby, you talking about this one?
My wife is awesome. I'm telling you guys what.
I
did kind of get a little like when she came home and she pulled it out of the bag. I was like, oh no. Like I thought you were talking about like the regular size one. That was the one I wanted. You came home with this huge one. Like that's awesome. But oh no, those are expensive.
I'll tell you what, Kirby, shoot me a message
Didn't return it though.
Shoot me a message on Instagram, Kirby. And if you want to pay shipping for it, I'll send it to you for free. How about that? Because I've had these before. It's not my thing, but if it makes you happy, I'd love to do that for you. So if you're willing to pay the $5-6 shipping, I'll shoot it to you for free. How about that?
That's awesome.
So, all right.
Let me real quick. Hold on. Bama links. Oh, sorry.
Hold on. So that was. Sorry, I got to use them. I made them. I got to use them. I know it's
in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I completely forgot to use it at the beginning.
He'll get it one of these days, guys. All right, I just want to hit the chat real quick again. So Bama Links had some cool pickups this week. Got a fantastic 448. Got that first Galactus, and got the ASM 361. Awesome.
Heck yeah, dude.
Nice.
It's a good book.
So what's going on? Lady Fantastic. My arch nemesis. She smoked me in categories. What's going on, Lady Fantastic? Thanks for tuning in. Kirby says he is in. Thanks. I guess it's a he. If it's not, I'm sorry. But Kirby says they are in.
Perfect. Yep. Just follow us on Instagram. Shoot me a message. And then, whatever shipping is, it shouldn't be more than like $5-6.
Nice. Lady Fantastic picked up a Mike Zeck signed Joe 38.
Right. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I had a pretty good score on eBay this week, didn't I, Nick?
You did. Yep. I just had to think about it for a second, but you definitely did.
Oh yeah. You know what happened though? Whenever I finally went to pay for it, it's got to come from Canada, dude. So it's not gonna be here for like 2 weeks.
That sucks.
It does suck.
And that's the reason why you got it for as cheap as you did, because of that exchange rate.
Do what?
You got it as cheap as you did because of that Canadian exchange rate.
I know. Hey, it's still a score.
All right. So let's move on. Anything else you guys wanted to show you picked up this week? Other than Justin, we'll do your special segment in a little bit. I'm excited about it. But if not, we're gonna move on to the I know it's original, but hey, it is what it is.
As long as I thought it was going to be.
No, they're like 5-second little things. So one of the things we're going to talk about this week was actually Key Collector made a pretty profound statement on their app. And Dustin, I know this kind of affected you a little bit.
Not really. I don't care one way or another. Actually, I'm with it. You know why I'm with it? Because if that actually comes out and that changes people their perspective on it, then you know what? It's gonna make me. It's gonna completely kill your argument for another book. So what they're saying, huh?
I said, well, go ahead, but then I'll give you my opinion on it, and then
your opinion matters none. Key Collector has spoken.
That was going to be my next statement. Is since when did we start giving apps and people's own personal opinions say so of how the market should be?
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyways,
Key Collector is now stating that the very first appearance of everybody's favorite Raging Cajun, Mr. Remy LeBeau, is actually going to be now in the annual 14 of X-Men, Uncanny X-Men Annual 14.
He can't even remember what it was.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're like the annual.
I was trying to get the glare off of it so you could see it.
So, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what we're talking about here. So I pulled up Key Collector, and very interested to kind of see. Key Collector again has deemed first full appearance of Gambit preceded Uncanny X-Men 266 by 3 weeks.
You know what though? I was actually talking to some people today in one of the Facebook groups, and I don't remember which one it was. It might have been the Geminites Facebook group, but we were talking about this because, everybody's like, oh, that book's going to skyrocket in price. It has jumped in price, but it's been jumping in price a little bit lately. And I'm like, well, I don't care. I got both of them. I got the 9.8 266. I bet this book is almost guaranteed to be at least a 9.4. So I don't care either way. I got both of them. But we were talking, and apparently, and again, this is just people talking. There was several people saying that there was it was an error that this book, even though it came out 3 weeks earlier than 266, it was not supposed to, is what they were saying. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but if that is true, then that kind of throws a whole nother argument in there. It's so, like,
and that's a good point. But what do you think, Justin? You're the X-Men man, the X-Men man.
Man.
I mean, what's their criteria? Like, does the character have to appear in a certain amount of panels? Is it when the book comes out first? I mean, I don't know. To me, Gambit's first appearance is always going to be Uncanny X-Men 266. That's just the way it's always going to be for me.
Yeah, and that's my thought is like, again, since when, it's almost like with CGC or CBCS or whoever, since when do we start giving, as a community, so much power to one person who decides that's what it's going to be, so we're going to put it down on paper? And, and it's not so much, and I don't care either way, because I'm going to, collect the way I want to. But again, they're making a pretty bold statement here, like first full appearance. It's not like a cameo. They're not saying it's a cameo or no.
Have you ever looked at the panels in the annual?
No, not on this specific thing. I know this was more specific.
So there are multiple panels.
Yeah.
We do get his name. There is also speaking parts.
Yeah.
Multiple panels. So, like I said, I don't know. I know the money says 266, and that's always been what it is. But just like with Wolverine, my thing is if we get it, if we get a full look at the person, you get to see what they look like. If you get a name and you get a speaking part, to me, that's an appearance. Like, you get Wolverine got a huge spread in the back of 180. They told you where he was from, what his name was, showed you what he looked like, why he was there, and he spoke. So, it's...
And Austin brings up a good point. So if you go by storyline, does 266 happen first?
And that's why I was interested in what they were talking about on Facebook in that group, because the way the storyline goes, this happens after 266. So if they did release this early on accident, or there was some kind of screw up, then that's definitely an issue, because the way the story goes, 266, that storyline, it would be 266, and then what happens in this annual here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going by story, then yes, absolutely, first appearance 266, no doubt.
So Justin, is that kind of why everybody goes off of 266? You think because of the way it's actually chronological, like in the actual comic storyline versus publication date?
I think it has more to do with conditioning. We've been told that his first appearance is 266. So I think it's more along the lines of that's what we were always told. That's why we believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're saying in the chat, same thing with
Apocalypse.
I don't know why I couldn't come up with the name. being that he was in the last panel of issue number 5. Now, I have not looked at issue number 5. I've never read much of X Factor.
Yeah.
But my thing is if you see the guy, if he speaks, you get his name, like, personally, like, yeah, it's an appearance. But I think this specific book right here, I think with Gambit, it's different because, yeah, the book may have released earlier, but chronologically, story-wise, it doesn't come first. So,
well, I'll tell you this much.
I don't really let stuff like those kind of first appearance things, like that doesn't really drive my collecting. I picked up Uncanny 266 because it was the biggest Gambit key available, and I like Gambit. The cover was awesome. It was the big Gambit key. It was an Uncanny X-Men key, so that's why I picked that up. This book here was sent to me. It was A-OK to me before I even knew what an A-OK was, way back when we were still on Facebook all the time doing our live sales.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I can have an unbiased conversation about it because it doesn't drive whether I'm going to buy something or not buy something regardless.
Yeah. So one thing I'll say is 181 is still the first appearance. I don't care what any of you folks say. Justin, what do you think? Wolverine's first appearance, is it 180 or 181?
181.
Thank you. Oh, don't do that to the man.
I agreed with you. And
Dustin did that, not me. Dustin kicked you out because he thinks it's 180.
So, Wolverine's first appearance, 181. Venom's first appearance, 300.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
2 out of 3 on this one.
Even professional, even guys that are professional comic bookers are okay to be wrong sometimes too. It's okay.
Hey, whatever you tell yourself so you can sleep at night, that's fine because I'm not wrong.
Oh.
And Funko Pops rock.
Oh man. So let us know in the comments, if you're watching this and live, in fact, I know we're getting some. What do you think? What are your opinions on this? First off, I want to know, do you think we're giving too much credence to a specific person, and whether that be an app or CGC? That's something I think for me, I want to kind of get people's opinion on. But let us know. Do you agree with this? Do you think it's 266? Do you think it's the annual? We all know 181 is the real first appearance. And Dustin's, really wrong, but that's all good.
Somebody put Scarpad in timeout. I ain't even gonna put up with that comment. I've lost your mind.
Oh man. And then can you see these, Justin, right? You can see him.
Mm-hmm.
His comment there. That's funny.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get interesting later, I think.
Oh my goodness.
And Lady Fantastic agrees, and I think I've seen people in the chat saying both.
Yeah.
So honestly, it comes back to the one thing that our channel is built on, and what is that?
Collect the way you want to.
That's right. Don't worry about what daggone key collector says, or worry about what we say, or what Tom says or Jim says. It don't matter what nobody else says. It's what do you want? What do you think about it? That's all that really matters, except Scarpad, because he's completely wrong about his feelings on Gambit.
So whenever we come up with these segments, I go to Newsarama, and the reason why I go to Newsarama versus some of these other is I think like Bleeding Cool and some of these other places, they're just super clickbaity, and I hate seeing like that stupid titling and stuff. I just want to see what's going on in the comic world, and so I was scrolling through Newsarama, and this was something that I just wanted to throw out there. We can have a discussion on it or not, but really I just wanted to point out. So Kevin Eastman, he's actually going to kind of do like a live stream on his Facebook page on April 16th to celebrate the 36-year anniversary of TMNT #1. So that's the very first day, or the to the day that he and Peter Laird got the first copies back from the printer. So I thought that was pretty cool. If you go check him out on Facebook, it'll tell you, he'll update kind of what time and stuff. But I thought that might be something interesting people in the community may want to be a part of and maybe watch and whatnot.
Yeah, that's really the place where he seems to be most active is on his Facebook. So, which I'm glad you pay attention to it, because I try to stay off Facebook anymore.
Well, like I said, I just saw it on Newsarama.
Okay. Yeah, and I saw it on there too, but I didn't know if you saw it on the Facebook. But I know I've seen him post several things, and I just happened to catch him on Facebook. So I would try to make sure I check his page out every now and then. But that's really cool that he's going to do that.
Dude, check out that hat. It's a little turtle up top. That's pretty cool.
I would. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. I was like, man, like oh, Kev looks like a bad old dude though. Like
He did. He
like
kind of
nothing to mess with, does he?
He kind of looked like like an old gangster man. Or
I think he's definitely killing it, man. He looks good. Looks good for his age, man. That turtle hat is definitely cool though.
Do you notice the turtle down there at the bottom? That looks just like the one off of your
yeah, that's his signature there. So yeah.
Yep. Awesome, man. Justin, do you collect any of the turtle comics? I know you've done some of the
figures.
You have some of the figures.
No, I'm collecting the IDW stuff, but only in the hardcover format because those hardcovers are really nice.
They are really nice. Yeah. And I got so many. I really think my collecting is starting to go towards that way, especially now with the fact we can't really buy single issues, because it's just so much nicer to be able to take a full story, sit down and read it from beginning to end. It's honestly cheaper. Not that I won't buy floppies, you know what I mean? But like, I've just really enjoyed it, going back and catching up on these things, reading some of the Venomnibuses. I don't know. Do you still? I think we talked about this one time. Do you still do the weekly pools, or is it? Yeah.
So what I do is I will buy floppies of like your DC and Marvel books, and the indie, like I'll buy a floppy of every Mad Cave book, whether I worked on it or not.
Yeah,
and I'll buy floppies of books that I have that friends that have worked on.
Yeah,
but mainly like those image titles, the stuff from like Brubaker and Brian K. Vaughan and all those guys. I'm buying them in hardcover because I just, for whatever reason, I really like hardcover.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how I am going to put a bookshelf like right here, but I want it to be a bookshelf, but also a display case, because you and I know what I pre-ordered from a certain place. Dustin doesn't know what I pre-ordered from a certain place, and I want to be able to put that up and display it somehow. And I don't think those shelves behind you are heavy duty enough to hold.
Pre-order?
I can't tell you. You just have to be surprised. But like, I don't think they're going to be. Those glass shelves are going to be strong enough.
You done pre-ordered a statue.
It's not a statue, but it's close enough.
Oh man! Is that what you asked me about?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm such a bad influence on people.
Oh, within 24 hours it was
While
done.
I drink this beer.
I saw a statue this week, posted it on our Instagram, and I know I've been saying that I'm kind of, steering away and not necessarily steering away, but I'm pretty much, as far as Power Rangers goes, like I've got everything I really want.
Yeah.
I'm focused on other things now. But that statue of Lord Draken that came out this week for it's been up for pre-order, but now it seems like it's got a little more legs to it. I'm really considering pre-ordering it, man. That thing looks really, really good. When it first came out, it was just, it was a first. I think these people's first statue they're doing. It's not being put on by a big company or anything. So I was a little bit scared about it, but now it seems like a lot of people are pre-ordering it, so it may happen. So now that it seems like it might have some legs to it, I may pre-order that. And I don't know, it may be able to take the place on my table here or my desk, and take place of this Michael Jordan Funko Pop.
Oh my God. But all that to come back around and say, Justin, do you think those shelves back there, I know they're only rated for like 8 pounds from IKEA. Do you think they're sturdy enough to hold up, a couple omnibus?
I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, that's my thought. Sometimes you can kind of tell, like if you hold it or feel it, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I assumed you couldn't trust it, but they're like the cheapest display cases out there. So
yeah, the other day I'm in the process of cleaning and reorganizing my office where I'm at now is like the entire basement.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of cleaning and reorganizing. And I was like, okay, the next step, what I need next is I need more glass cases. So I checked to see if IKEA was essential.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yep.
So then
They're shipping to certain places, but it's probably so expensive it's not worth it.
I checked on that. So it would cost me $100 to ship one.
What?
One. It would cost me $100 to ship 5. So it must just be a flat rate.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just wait.
Yeah. And see, I thought about building one, right? Because I do a lot of woodworking, not that anybody actually cares, or I used to before the baby. Yeah, like I built that and I built some other things. But I really like the idea of having that clear.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll figure it out. My room's just not big enough to have everything.
And when you get it, you gotta do the LED lights.
And see, I want to do that too, because I think the Calyx would be just as good to display some of the things I'm probably going to be getting into. But I don't know, that glass just looked really nice to me. So, and then, so giant Pikachu, no, I'm not going to do that. Although that
Nick
would be
is a giant Pikachu. Oh man,
there went all my trade paperbacks. I don't know what happened. Every one of them just fell. That was weird. What's going on, Lost in Comics? So let's talk about the next topic we have here. Do either of you watch any of the animated shows from DC or Marvel at all? No.
You have the DC app?
Yeah, I watched DuckTales. That's the extent of it.
Yeah. See, Ryan, the whole shelf just, I don't even know.
You have the DC app, Nick?
I do.
And you've been holding out?
Well, it's on a free trial right now, so I've only had it for a short time. I've ran 3 free trials because this show came back out.
I do that with Amazon.
And so I'm going to play a short clip. It's only like 15 seconds, so don't go anywhere, guys.
What's next?
I thought we were going to chill out and have fun after we took the Injustice League out.
As I become the world's most feared supervillain.
Feast your eyes on New Gotham.
Not interested.
So that show, I don't understand. Like, I guess I do understand because it does look kind of stupid. But I have rewatched the entire first series twice. Okay. And I've watched the first and second episode of season 2 twice. And not like to sit down and that's all I'm doing is to watch it. Like I put it on the background and do some other things. But I freaking love that show. And I can't believe you guys aren't watching it, or even do you just no interest in it or don't want to pay for the DC app, or what is it?
For me, I have such a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
Things I get maybe an hour to a night to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And Harley Quinn is not high on my priority list.
And see, I'm not a huge fan of Harley Quinn. I never have been. I don't read any of the comics. I've never read any of the comics. Poison Ivy, none of it. But that show, for as stupid as it absolutely is, I have enjoyed it so much. And Dustin, I think you would too.
Yeah, I mean,
what's going on, Bueller?
What's up, man? I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't watch it, but I mean, you know me and my lifestyle. I have no time. Me and my wife have been watching freaking Lock and Key for 3 weeks and still ain't finished it. Okay.
Yeah. I
have no time to sit and watch, the TV shows for the most part. What's up? We already said hey to Bueller.
Yep, I did say hey to Bueller.
What's up, TiVo?
What's going on, TiVo?
Just
saw you pop in.
So I don't have a lot of time. If I had time, I probably would watch it because, man, how can you not love Penny? I love Penny.
Oh, you talking about Kaylee Cuoco?
Dude, that's Penny. Okay, I don't care I don't care who Kaylee Cuoco is. I love Penny a lot.
Not yet, BB.
Me and my wife have talked about her, and my wife's like, oh, she's such a great person. She does this for animals and that for animals. Yeah. I'm like, that's great. Like she is great, babe. You're right. Absolutely wonderful. But I think it would be a little bit hard at first for me to separate.
It's not
Penny from Harley when all I'm hearing is Penny's voice. I don't know. But I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it, just from little clips that I've seen of it. I think it might be cool. So I don't know. I might try to do the free trial thing and check it out. We'll see. But
now Umbrella Academy was phenomenal. My wife even watched it with me, and she's the reason we started watching it. And if you haven't seen that, I recommend you do that after Lock and Key.
Okay.
Did you get a chance to watch it at all, Justin?
No. The only TV show that I've started in the past month or two, I've watched the first episode, besides DuckTales, I watched the first episode of Good Omens.
Okay.
And that came out like a year ago.
Yeah. See, and my wife will get on random kicks where we just randomly will sit down and we'll watch everything. Like I watched Lock and Key by myself in one weekend. We watched Umbrella Academy in about a week. We watched an episode or two a night. And then and I have not seen Vagrant Queen. I'm not into those like the sci-fi kind of things from the Sci-Fi Channel. Like I love sci-fi. Have you seen anything about that either, you guys?
No.
No. So it's a comic book. I think it's an indie comic book, and they just produced a live action TV show on it. So
okay. Yeah, I haven't watched Umbrella Academy either, and I wasn't. I really hadn't made my mind up if I was going to watch Lock and Key, but we were sitting in here one day and we actually had some time. We actually found ourselves sitting on the couch, and you know, I've got this 65-inch 4K TV that never gets turned on unless my kid's watching freaking Ryan's World. So we decided to throw something on. I was like, well, this new show came on Netflix, so I put it on, and she liked it. I was like, yeah, you know,
it's so good,
comic book, right? But I've actually really enjoyed it. I can't believe you even watched it because it's kind of scary, Nick. But
yeah,
I enjoyed it. It's been really cool, and it's also getting season 2, so we're both pumped about that. But we're down to right before we got on here, me and her finished episode 9, so we got episode 10 to go, and she was kind of upset that we're live streaming. So,
well, we're not going to go 5 hours tonight.
Nope.
We promised Justin we're not, and I cannot do it either.
I can't either.
You promised my wife. You didn't promise me.
Hey man, all our wives are in that same thing together. So, and BB also Jennifer Aniston and Jennifer Lopez. So,
my God, I'm so tired of Ryan's World in my household. For me, I'm still with Little Baby Bum, and I'm telling y'all what, Little Baby Bum is the best show to watch to go to sleep. It's just all these nursery rhyme songs, and all of a sudden you're asleep.
Just wait, dude. If I ever, I promise you, if I ever meet Ryan's World's dad, he's gonna catch one of them twice, dude. That is the most aggravating dude I've ever met in my life. My kid loves the show. My wife literally bought him Ryan's World toy for Easter tomorrow. I'm like, we've got to get away from Ryan's World. And this Blippy guy, I don't know if you guys have ventured into Blippy, Adrian, but you know, Ryan's World's dad's gonna catch one of these. Blippy catches this one because they're just horrible. I don't understand. They're horrible. I made the guys at work the other day listen to just the intros and watch like 2 seconds of both of them. They was ready to just get out the truck. It was horrible.
All right. Well, I'm disappointed that you guys have not seen Harley Quinn and have no interest in it, really. I have loved it, and I think it's so stupid that I love it, but I do truly love it. And the next thing
is with me.
That's funny. What's going on, Michael? And then Adrian said he's going to go give him the 1-2-2. That's funny. So another big thing that's happened this week was Mr. Todd McFarlane launching the Kickstarter. And I think this is going to be a good spot for Justin to really get in and kind of give us his opinions on it. But real quick, I wanted to show a video. Again, 15 seconds, so stick with me because it is pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, we're only $66 away from $1 million. This is going to be exciting. We're only, oh my gosh, what does that mean? It means we have hit $1 million.
Oh man, what a dude. Yeah.
Some people are handling social distancing better than others.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is hanging out with some people, isn't he? That's funny. But yeah, man. I mean, this came out not even a full week?
Yeah.
Right.
It's been 5 days, I think, 4 or 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not familiar, and Justin, maybe you should explain this because you might know a little bit more about it than I do, kind of what's going on.
Yeah, so from what I understand, Tom McFarlane has decided to kind of do a redo on the original Spawn figure that came out in 1995?
Show it off, Dustin.
94.
And so he is put it on Kickstarter and launched it to the masses and said, this is kind of how we always wanted it to look. He's basically George Lucasing it.
Oh yeah.
And if you go to the Kickstarter and you look, there's multiple options that you can choose from.
Yep.
I myself haven't backed it yet. I'm on the fence. The only reason I would really do it is because Spawn's cape looks amazing.
Yes,
it looks incredible. I just don't know if that's worth $40.
Well, and my thing was, and I'm going to show off exactly what the tiers are and everything, but my response, what I was telling you guys about it, and I don't know if we got much into it, but so I have a couple of the Todd McFarlane toys. Dustin has some Todd McFarlane toys, and they haven't exactly been, I guess for $20, they're fine, right? For $20, they're okay. But if you compare them to the price point of Marvel Legends at the, similar price point, 20 to 30, right? I mean, where would you put them, Justin?
Where would I would rank Marvel Legends higher than McFarlane.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other stuff along that price point that I would rank higher, but yeah, there's some quality control issues with McFarlane toys. Yeah.
And so my thought, and that was kind of my hesitation why I didn't immediately jump into this and do this at the highest level, because I was close to doing so. And I kind of held back and I was like, well, let me see what other people are saying and their responses. And I was hoping we'd get more than 26 days to decide. And as soon as these things go live, people are going to start reselling them for twice, 3 times what they are, right? It's going to happen. We see it with like the Red Hulk, for example, from Marvel's Legends.
Hey, sometimes you just got to handle somebody. Don't even bring that up.
But so let's show everybody kind of what it is, right? So you can back it just because you don't want an award, just send him some cash, which would be silly. Now you can do $40 for the classic Spawn, which Dustin, you have the classic Spawn, or I have the classic Spawn, but it's with you. Do you want to show everybody what it looks like?
Oh, you want to show it?
Yeah, I figured it makes sense to go ahead and show it real quick. But
mint on card, guys. 1994 OG OMG. Look at that. Still very, very nice packaging. It is not yellowed at all.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
How cool is that? Now, this was back when Todd McFarlane toys were still made well and very, very cool. You didn't have this kind of crap going on.
And like Josh said, so with McFarlane toys, and shout out to Josh, he's our local comic shop, or mine anyways, Haven Comics. But he was definitely the first to do that. I mean, he did a lot of really impressive things with the sports toys and all of that stuff. So, but anyway, so back to the Kickstarter. So there's 3 different things. You can do $40 classic Spawn, 7-inch figure, and then it comes with some other small things. The modern Spawn, again, you can see here the original versus the remastered. Now let's go down. So again, this is what I just bought, and it's 1995, Dustin. So you were wrong. And then
the box says 94.
Oh, well, then I don't know. And then the artist proof, which is a black and basically like a gray one. And then you can do the autograph, which I don't actually think I would even consider paying for, because if you look at the autograph, basically
McFarlane.
Well, yeah, but it's basically just like a plaque that you can put in front of it. I mean, $40 for a small little hand signed paper plaque. That I don't know. What do you guys think?
For me, like I don't care about the signature.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is that I'm going to get FOMO on this.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is for me. I mean, if I was someone who was on the fence about this, what I would do is I would try to find some reviews on the Spawn figure that just came out. I think it's like from Mortal Kombat 11.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a Walmart GameStop exclusive, I believe. I would watch review videos on that because I believe that the mold that they used on that is going to be the basic mold for this one.
Oh, that's a very good point.
If you guys do get this, just make sure not to try to turn the head or don't mess with the head on them, because They just love to fall off and never go back on.
Now, the reason why I brought this up also, I wanted to hit on something. So here's the autograph plaque, and it's basically just, it looks bad. And you get a bonus weapon, but that's fine. But what do you see, guys, right here in the back that would really appeal to us as comic book collectors?
New art.
The new art on this issue. And then you're also going to get black and white new art on the proof spawn. Okay. That's what I'm kind of like, that would be kind of cool to have, right? Is the comic itself going to become maybe more valuable or collectible than the toy? I don't, really see that. But I'm like, that would be kind of an awesome thing for a Spawn collector that they really love to have in their collection is some new original artwork on issue number 1.
Well, do they have like a number they're trying to hit? Is there a known number of how many of these are going to be produced, or?
No, it's based. I don't think there's any stoppages. I think it's just give him all your money until you're out, until we're done in 26 days. And
so this is going to be the same figure. So once Kickstarter's done, so you get this figure as long as you pay into the right tier. But then that figure is going to go into the stores, correct?
No, that's why he's doing it Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
The stores, that was his big thing, is the stores wouldn't basically take it. Or they don't have the distribution channel to kind of handle this. And Justin, I don't know if you know more about it than I do, and if you do, definitely chime in. But from what I heard, basically he had to go this route because every time he took it to a store, he said they just wouldn't do it. They didn't have
like how they treated him with his first go around with the figures.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's pretty interesting. But then for $160, which is the one I'm like, man, that would be the one to have in my mind. At the time, I'm not giving anybody suggestions or not. I don't want to tell you how to spend your money. But for $160, you get all 3 plus 2 new heads. And he just hit a stretch goal where he's going to give an additional head. And he's also going to give some hands out. And he said he would actually put the signatures on here too. I believe is what he said. Now, if that's actually what's done, I don't know, because he was kind of uncertain about it when he said it in one of his videos. But I mean, what do you think, Justin? If you were going to back it, would you do the 160? Would you do the 40? What would you do?
So what appeals to me is the 3 extra heads that you're going to get. The only way you're going to get those is if you back that $160 tier.
Now it's 5 because it hit the 1 million, so he's giving 2 free heads.
Does everybody get the 2 free heads, or only the people that? Okay,
everybody.
So you're going to you're only going to get 3 heads. Those 3 exclusive heads if you back the $160 tier.
Yeah.
So is $160 worth 3 extra head sculpts?
Yep. And then I do want to point out it's not shipping like free, so that's not including, it's additional. I think it's like $29 for the US. But I just did the math. And that's for the 160. I don't know about the single, but I did the math. So 160 divided by 3 is not actually a better deal. It's actually $53 a piece. Now, if you take into account, if he does put the signatures with them, obviously that's a significant discount for his, signature. So
you pay $160 to back this Kickstarter, and then you got to still pay to ship the figure?
Because it's worldwide. So it's basically, if you're shipping it to Germany, it's going to be more expensive than US. But again, at 160, you're getting,
what's anywhere $60 for a figure, and one of them heads don't go on that figure.
But again, at the $160 level, Dustin, you're getting all 3 figures, the 3 comics, all of it, and it's not a small one like you have, like I just bought. I don't know if you guys saw the size comparison. And I'm kind of with Justin. Like, I really like the idea of it, but I think more, if anything's going to get me, it's not the fact that I love this and I want to get it. It's I'm worried that I'm missing out, and that's what's going to cause me to pull the trigger. Because what if I miss out on an opportunity to pay $40 for something, and now all of a sudden it's worth $300, $400, $500? You know what I mean? Or maybe it turns out to be one of the greatest toys ever created, and it's going to be nice the way it's boxed up and stuff, and the packaging. I mean, if you go and look, it is incredible. But I don't know. And I only have 26 days to decide.
For me, it's going to come down to what the stretch goals are.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see what extra stuff we get before deciding if to pull the trigger or not. Like, we're not getting anything special for backing it early. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till a day or 2 are left, and then I'll make my decision.
And that's a very, very good strategy too. So he just did an update, another free upgrade at 1.2 million, which he's gonna hit that.
That'll happen overnight.
It probably will happen within the hour. I'd imagine as fast as this is. I mean, it's insane because that's only what $4,000. That's not much. But let's see. I guess I'd have to watch this video, and I don't know if we have enough time to watch all that. But there's an additional stretch goal, so that's interesting to see. And when he first put this up,
it might be in the updates.
Let's see. Rubber to steel chains. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Is it $160 cool though?
Exactly. I don't know. And then also, are you into like the mixed media kind of stuff where it's, basically a plastic figure and then, you have this really, I don't know.
That doesn't really bother me too much.
Doesn't bother you?
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that they're including metal parts, I think, but
yeah,
it's not a make or break for me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm just worried I'm gonna I don't know. I mean, I worry I'm gonna miss out on something
Just
really cool.
Freaking thing, Nick. You're gonna do it anyway.
No, because if I wait long enough, that first payment actually the thing I ordered is not due until the end of May for the first payment, and it's actually cheaper than the other ones, but I'm excited about it. I can't wait to show you.
How long is it gonna be before you get it?
August, September, if COVID doesn't destroy the world.
And they may push it back, so you might have to wait. You might not make a payment right away.
Yeah, and on this, he wants all his money at one time, so I don't know. Maybe I'll wait and see if that stimulus check comes in, because remember we have to stimulate the economy, right, Justin?
Yeah, but I don't know if Todd McFarlane needs my stimulation.
You want to see my Scorpion again? See if it helps you make your decision.
Oh man. So we've been babbling on, right? The point of this for a good minute, Dustin. If you want to hit the chat real quick, I'm going to pull up something next, and then I think the next few things we're going to talk about will be pretty quick, and then we're going to go on to our next and newest. So I'm going to remove this, and if you want to say, hey, who wants me to stimulate them? Jesus Chaos.
All right, let's see. Comic Mag Musings, what's up? Aubrey, how are you doing? Will says not a toy guy, but he does like that Spawn.
That cape, like that's the selling point for me, is that cape.
Absolutely. Austin Lemmy says that Nick, if you did buy that, you'd get a T. McFarlane signature. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, Austin, I would be so upset.
What's going on, brother? Good to see Josh in here. He was cracking up. He kind of popped in when we were just talking about getting a bunch of extra heads.
And we're going to be doing something hopefully pretty cool with Josh here in the next few weeks, so that'll be awesome.
Chaos says, "What's up, Justin?"
Chaos. I wanted to say that I actually went back because I'm vain and rewatched my first interview, and I caught the comment that you had made about Marc-Andre Fleury retiring as a Vegas Golden Knight, and that hurt my heart.
Are you talking about when you were on with us?
Yeah. I finally went back and watched it.
All right.
Was it everything you hoped it'd be more?
It was more. It was so much more.
Oh man. All right. So, are you still saying hey to people in the chat, Dustin? Because you kind of just
good. I think I haven't seen anything new pop up on mine yet. So,
okay,
we'll roll into the next one.
All right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, and this will actually be kind of near and dear to Justin's heart. Let me add it back in. So the Ringo Awards are open. So if you guys don't know what that is, basically it's Mike. I can't pronounce his last name. Can you, Justin?
We're Ringo?
Okay, We're Ringo. That was much easier than I thought. So it's open now, and what's cool about this is they actually take in like fans' votes. So they do a fan and pro nominations. So if you're interested, you can go check this out on Newsarama, and you can go like throw Justin Birch's name in for best letterer, and then you can throw like Mark London in for best writer or whatever, right? So a lot of really cool things, and they do this at Baltimore ComiKon if it happens this year. So pretty cool there, and I just wanted to throw that out there to to anybody that may be interested, because it's a great way to kind of get involved and help support some of your favorite creators outside of spending your money with them. So, all right. And then I think we'll skip the last thing just so we're good on time. And I think we're ready to move on. What do you guys think? You want to go on to the next segment?
I'm ready.
Dustin?
I reckon.
Oh, you wanted to hit something else. I'm sorry. I didn't write it down. I was talking about Todd McFarlane. So you wanted to talk about CGC real quick. We'll do that.
Yeah. So
that wasn't what I was going to skip. I was
okay. I was like, man, just yeah, we're just gonna skip what Dustin wanted to talk about.
No, I didn't write that part down because you sent it to me in a text. We were going to talk about Todd McFarlane's basically his response from Image to all of this going on with COVID and comic book.
Yeah.
So go check that out. It's a pretty cool response, but we'll skip that and we'll talk about Dustin.
Can I say he looked more like Uncle Fester than he did Dr. Evil in that video clip? So,
oh my God, that was hilarious, wasn't it?
But yeah, so speaking of Todd McFarlane, we know Todd McFarlane. He's a trendsetter. He did the first in-house CGC comic book signing. Next up, we have one of my favorite artists and one of the best guys out there right now doing the new stuff. Clayton Crane is going to be signing up next. I got it in the email. Actually, I'm not sure if he's going to be next, but I do know that he is definitely going to be there. It's going to be $70 to get your book sent in, have it CGC graded, and the signature from Clayton Crane. Did not do the Todd McFarlane one. It was just a little too pricey for me. I still think this is a little pricey because I've had books signed by him, and he charged me $5. So $70 is a little stiff, but there's no, every time he comes to Atlanta, CGC's not there, and me and Nick have both really fallen out of love with CGC and having things slabbed and all that. But this book I've had. And my initial thing was I wanted to get this Miles Morales #1 signed and slabbed by Clayton Crane. So I'm still trying to decide if I want to send this in or not to him. But
and you know my thoughts on it.
What's that?
You know my thoughts on it. You and I talked about it. I did the Todd McFarlane thing.
Yeah.
Todd was a little bit different because he doesn't do those often. However, as soon as he did the CGC one, he then went out and did a bunch of signings everywhere else, local comic shops and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I got back freaking T McFarlane.
Right.
But all that to say, it led me into a really cool trade to get, a much more significant book for my collection. Oh, yeah. So all things work out. But if I were you, man, I would wait. I mean, it might take some time, but it might save you $100 or $200.
And that's what I'm thinking, because I'm honestly, I don't know that I even really care to have that book CGC'd. Yeah. I think I've really gotten where I just want the signature. And Clayton Crane, like Todd McFarlane, he's got such an iconic, it's grown to be an iconic signature, especially when he's able to change the colors with the ink, with the pens. It looks awesome. Excuse me. And I'd love to have that one signed with like red and purple and black and white or something like that. I think it'd be really cool. It'd just look great on there. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that one or not, but also, I did see as well, Frank Miller is going to be doing it, and they're trying to get Frank Miller's signature, session set up to where they can have all the books done and you be able to pick those up in time for the new dates for MegaCon.
But that'll never happen.
So, that's just what they said. I'm not saying that what's going to happen, but as far as what the website said, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're shooting for. And Frank Miller is going to be $130 a book, more than Todd and more than Clayton Crane. And I'm just not, I don't know. I don't see spending $130 for Frank Miller to sign my book and get it in a slab. I just, I've got a nice newsstand Wolverine #1, but I can't see spending $130. They're just gouging the prices on these signatures so much. I mean, like I said, Clayton Crane is $5 is what he charged me to sign my book, and then it was $5 extra for a COA. But you know, and then how much? It
but
cost you, what, 30
counterpoint, and I'm going to throw. And I don't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but
go ahead.
And Justin, I also want to get your opinion on this too, right? Because you are a creator, and
A professional comic booker.
yeah.
Let's use the term professional loosely. Also, no one wants my signature.
That's not true. I'll send you some things if you'll sign them. I won't pay you $130 a piece for them.
I should probably pay you $130 to sign them.
That's funny. All that to say, though, it's only fair that he be able to charge what he wants to, because 90%. I'm throwing out a random number. We'll say 50% of people are going to send in and flip. So
and that was my question. I was actually going to lead into is I don't know if he is setting that price or if CGC is setting this price and inflating the price so much.
All I'm saying is there's social distance.
I've talked to the guy before, and you know, if you talk to Clayton Crane, or if you've ever watched interviews with him, you know, he just doesn't come off as that greedy, money hungry kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, he loves the fact that people love his art.
Yeah.
That's his big thing. So I just kind of thought it sucked that, you know, if CGC is inflating the price on his signatures that much, you know, of course he wants to get paid for his time. Absolutely. And he has to get paid for his time. But I was just like, geez, you know, Clayton Crane 70, Frank Miller's 130. Like, golly, you know, but, you know, I'm probably just going to, like I said, I'm probably just going to wait and hope to God he shows up in Atlanta again this year, if they even have it. But I know lately it seemed like all last year, the only place Clayton Crane was going to be last year was wherever Scorpion Comics is. And, you know, I ain't mad at it, because those two have been partnering up and putting out some awesome covers this past year. So we'll see. I just want a signature on that Miles Morales #1. And honestly, I don't care if it's graded or not. So I just
yeah. And Brian, so I know you said that you think it's 100, so I just pulled it up just to double check. And guys, if you're not a CGC member, you can still submit for free. So it says $130 there, is what it's showing. So, but all that to say, you know, I think they're doing the whole social distancing thing great. They're going to bring all these creators in and have them surrounded by all of these folks that you don't know where they've been or whatever. They're going to cause all the best creators to end up getting sick and ruining our lives. But what do you think, Justin? I mean, from your point of view, setting the prices on these things, I mean, what are your thoughts?
I understand that they have to make money.
Yeah.
And I understand that something is only worth what someone else is willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess my main thing would be, I know you're getting the book graded along with the signature. How much does it cost to get a book graded? Like $25, $30?
$20 plus some shipping.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much would, and let's not take Frank Miller. Let's just talk about Clayton Crane. How much does he charge for a signature at a convention?
$5 no COA, $10 with a COA.
I guess that's the point I'm trying to.
And he doesn't charge. He didn't charge if you wanted to like snap a little picture with yourself standing next to him. He was just cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So is it worth $100?
Preference, I guess. You know,
yeah.
If that's something that you're into, if you like to collect signatures on books, and you're comfortable with paying that price,
gotcha, Brian.
You know, that's how I feel about it.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So real quick, we did have a question from Chaos.
I got to be careful how I answer this, because I could go off on a rant that would last for a while. And
hey, take your time, man.
No, I will gladly go on that rant backstage. But what I will say is that when letterers get nominated, it 9 times out of 10, it tends to be more for the book that they're working on than the actual work in a book that they've done, which is unfortunate.
Yep.
But you know, if you just polled a majority of comic book fans, if they can name a letterer, they're only going to be able to name one. And it's a pretty big name that everybody knows.
Yep. It's a good point.
I'm not bitter. I should have stressed that first. I'm not bitter.
Oh man, well, let's go into something a little more positive. So this is something I worked on a little bit earlier today. Last week, you guys got to see some pretty cool stuff if you stuck around long enough, which a lot of people did. But today we're making it official. Come on, tell me that's not cool. And it was actually a lot better than what we read today or news or things of that nature. That was original. Do you have your original sketch?
Shoot.
Come on, man. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh snap! I think I didn't put a space between toy and box. Oops, I'll have to correct that. So this is the part of the night where Justin gets to show off some of the coolest collectibles that Dustin or I don't have.
I mean, they're not Funkos, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to compete against Michael Jordan.
Oh man! All right, so what do you have, man? This is kind of like his comic haul portion, but with some awesome stuff.
So I had 3 things come in this week. All pre-ordered, so I'm trying to do my best to not go out and look for stuff. I had the opportunity to go into a couple Walmarts today, but I decided to pass just to be safe. You know, two Marvel Legends came in. First one is Comic Spy Master.
Oh, that's cool.
And these are from the Black Widow wave.
Okay.
So I'm excited to get him, open him up, and just kind of put him on my like generic Marvel villain shelf.
Who is the Build-A-Leg?
It is for, I believe is it Crimson Dynamo? Yeah. So
Interesting. Okay, cool.
And the second Marvel Legend I got was movie Taskmaster, and
that looks cool.
The orange on
that
him.
does look good.
Yeah, it just.
I still think it's gonna come back and be a girl.
You think Taskmaster? Huh? They could go that way, I guess.
I think that's going to be the big twist. Is I think it's either going to be like a version of Black Widow or something crazy like that. But there's no way they're going to do Black Widow with 2 lead female characters and not have the villain also be a female.
And then the third and final thing that I got.
Ooh,
big box,
brown box.
That thing looks like it's on fire
with a little logo right there. Well,
the Made in China.
That's what we should be focusing on, is the Made in China part.
He appropriately left it outside for 6 to 5 weeks and sprayed it with all the Lysol he could and all that good stuff.
Let me take it out of the plastic real quick. I don't know why I retaped this when I got it.
Just so you could have the same joy you had the first time.
All about the content, baby. We do it too.
So, here we go. Back and the front. Look at that.
Oh, no.
Negative Suit Spider-Man. Sideshow Hot Toys exclusive. So you can only get this from ordering directly from them, from their website.
And see, I saw that on there when I was looking for the one I wanted or ended up getting, and I almost got it, but.
So you got a hot toy.
Can't tell you what I got. The thing looks so cool.
I'm really excited when I do finally open these up. Can you see the spider bot in there? The little thing?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to cracking this guy open.
And what I was going to, let me see if I can pull up from actual Sideshow so people can see like exactly what it was with some of those pictures. That's so awesome, dude. After we spent all that time looking at those, it's going to be nice to get some things in the mail. All right, so where's Marvel? So that's pretty cool, man. What is and is that like a wraparound art on the box there?
It is. So you're getting, I don't know if it's truth be told, I haven't played the PS4 game yet. Truth be told, I don't have a PS4. But that's not going to stop me from buying Spider-Man figures. But yeah, so I don't know if this art is from the game or if it's just custom art that they did for the box. The box itself, the cool thing is there are magnets on this side. Sorry, do that better. Magnets along here and magnets on here, so the box kind of just snaps shut.
That's cool.
So it's little things like that. There's that side, just kind of a generic Spider-Man logo top.
It's cool that they make sure that even the box looks that good.
Yeah, it's very nice, very sleek. I'm very happy with this.
I would be too, man. And everybody, that was
I
cool is that,
really
guys?
like that song.
It is a mix between the Amazing Spider-Man animation while Dustin's eating some Snickers and X-Men. You're lying, dude. You probably did steal some Snickers or Three Musketeers from the shop last night.
No, me and the wife, we went to Sonny's barbecue this afternoon, so she just brought me a piece of an egg roll. I was trying to eat it real quick while Justin was full screen.
So this is what it was, right? Just making sure I'm correct.
Yep, that's it.
And it's an exclusive. And look at that.
Yeah, my wife's comment was, why did they have so many eyes that come with it? And I'm like, well, he's got squinty eyes, he's got normal eyes, and he's got surprised eyes.
There it is. Yeah. So
yeah,
here
the
they
Todd
are.
McFarlane eyes.
Say that again.
Did it come with the Todd McFarlane eyes?
No Todd McFarlane eyes.
So you said she was cool with you getting this because you now have a spot on our show to show these off?
Yeah, I believe that's the exact reason why she said. She was like, oh, I hear you've got a regular segment on the show, so you should probably buy more Hot Toys.
Right.
What's going on, Jim?
What's up, brother?
So
we ain't showing off statues, bro, but we got some cool Hot Toys that Justin's showing off here.
So good deal, man.
Yeah, she approved of me using the stimulus check to buy a Hot Toy, so I got to decide. Got to decide if it's going to be that Magneto or that advanced suit Spider-Man, because that one looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I joined the wait list for the movie Iron Spider-Man and the text, not the tech suit, but the suit from
Okay. Now, explain this to folks in the chat real quick, because I believe you explained it last time. So they asked if it's just the game, and you explained kind of they can't get comic book license, right?
Yeah, so it's just all speculation on my part. I haven't seen this in print anywhere, but Hot Toys tends to make like realistic movie figures. So if you look at a Thor, it looks like Chris Hemsworth. If you get a Captain America, it looks like Chris Evans.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that they have a license to produce comic book based 12-inch scale figures.
Yeah.
So what I think they did to get around it was they have a license to make figures based off the Spider-Man video game. So we're getting I'm hoping that we'll get all of the suits that were in the Spider-Man video game.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, because I mean, I showed off the Scarlet Spider last week. I have a Spider-Punk. I haven't opened it yet, but I want to do an entire Spider-Verse. Like, I hope they do an entire Spider-Verse Hot Toys shelf.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. All right, so
it was almost as neat as
it was a distant third.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, the game has a ton of suits. I mean, it's ridiculous how many suits they had.
I found an article that ranked them, and I think it said there were like 42 different suits in the game.
Yeah, wow. And I wouldn't doubt it if they're still not adding more. I tried playing it, and I played maybe a couple hours of it and ended up stopping. But that's just because me personally, I can't play video games like I used to, could have. I used to play video games a lot. Now I can't. Oh man. All right. So let's kind of talk about what we were kind of messaging about a little bit earlier. Let's kind of do the top 10 list. And the way I wanted to set this up, let me know what you guys think about this. So my thoughts were, let's compare, right? So we'll say, okay, number 10, and everybody say their number 10. We can either agree on it, disagree on it, and let's try to come up with one big list, one final list of the top 10 best X-Men characters ever. Now, for me, I didn't include it just to the X-Men group. It was within that kind of franchise, whether they were, actual X-Men or villains or not. So I don't know if you guys did the same thing.
Yeah, I did.
Kind of loose on it.
Involved with the franchise.
Is that how you did it too?
I think if you're involved with the franchise at one point or another, you've technically been on the team, so it's easier. I didn't pick like Apocalypse, or I just assumed if you were a mutant, you were an X-Men at one time.
Okay, and that's fine because I don't think I really did anything outside of but maybe one character that hadn't been, which was I think Apocalypse. So
what we want to do is
let's just argue about it a little bit.
Well, and I was going to say, if you hear somebody say one that's on your list, just mark it, and then the ones that everybody has on their list, we can add that to our.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So number 10. Who's number 10 on your list, Dustin? For top 10 best.
I got the time. Hey, do you mind, cat? Sorry. This cat's over here trying to tear everything up. I got the time traveling Bishop, man. He was awesome in Once and Future. Being able to he got stuck back there in the past, but the way that he was able to have such a big part in that storyline was really, really cool. Plus I love the fact he's got that big gun. Oh yeah, there's gonna be villains, Brian. I got all kinds of villains on mine, dude. So
all right,
number 10 is Bishop.
All right, what about you, Justin?
So I cheated and I made an honorable mention. So I have,
Go ahead.
11.
I almost did that.
So my honorable mention at number 11 is Deadpool.
Yep, that's a good one.
Just because, I mean, as much as people want to say they hate Deadpool, and I want to say that I hate Deadpool, I'm still buying all of his action figures. I'm still buying all of his comics. I'm still watching all of his movies. I can't hate him that much.
Yeah. And so I actually didn't put him on my list anywhere either for that very same reason. I felt like it would have been too in your face, if that makes sense, right? It's like, of course he's popular right now. So I did not put him on there. All right.
So my number 10, and I feel like I'm going to get a little flack for this. My number 10 is Wolverine.
You can't keep doing that.
So, he deserves to be on the list, but he's not in my top. And that's just my personal preference.
Is it because...
Say that again.
Say collect your way.
Exactly. Collect your way.
So is it because you don't care from him? Is it because you don't care for him from the viewpoint of his story, what he is as a character? What about him kind of puts him at number 10 for you?
I could just think of 9 other X-Men that I liked more than Wolverine. That's
okay.
I mean, a lot of my opinions are based on the 90s show.
Okay.
And on the show,
he sucked.
Wolverine he doesn't suck. He's like the second best character on the show.
I don't know about that. I struggled to watch him. And maybe it's because I'm watching it now and really comprehending versus after seeing the last 2 decades of Wolverine being Hugh Jackman. But that's tough. Number 10 right off the bat. So, okay. So for me, number 10 was actually Colossus. So one of the, giant size X-Men. I really like what he is as a character. I really loved what he was in Deadpool. And so for me, I put top 10 Colossus. Okay. So what do you guys think out of the 3, who can we mutually agree upon should be taking that 10th spot?
I think that Wolverine has to be we're obviously going to put Wolverine higher because it's going to be me and you voting Justin out on that one.
Yeah. So Colossus or
Colossus and Bishop. And that's really a tough one because I mean they both had a tremendous part, but I think personally I like the part that Bishop plays in that Days of Future Past storyline. He's a huge part of that. That was a huge part of X-Men history. So I don't know. Can you come up with something distinctive that Colossus did or was a part of that would take the cake over that outside of Giant Size X-Men?
Well, I mean, he's just been consistent, right? But I say, Justin, let's let you be the icebreaker, right? So 2 out of 3, you pick.
So let's look at it this way. How many important storylines was Bishop a part of? I can think of 2. He was, the first appearance stuff when he comes back in time to stop an assassination, and the whole Messiah X stuff when he's chasing Hope and Cable through time, when he's trying to kill Hope. I'm trying to think of how many major storylines Colossus is involved in.
The Deadpool movies.
Movies.
That's it.
I want to put Bishop at 10, but that's just because who I have at number 9.
All right. Well, let's do that. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. That's the point of this.
All right. So I'm writing Bishop at 10.
And I've got a list I'm putting together, so you don't have to worry about that if you don't want to, Dustin.
Awesome.
So, number 9.
All right.
Do you want to go backwards this time, and me go first, and then you guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
So for me, I put Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler. What does he do? Why does he keep leaving?
I didn't mean to.
Do you mean to kick him off because that is such a low spot for Nightcrawler?
Hey, I just could think of 8 other people better. But no, I just absolutely I like the character. I just think, like I said, I think there was 8 other people that had a bigger impact in my mind. But again, I'm not as much of an expert on X-Men and know as much as probably you or Dustin do. So for me, I went number 9, Nightcrawler. Justin, what'd you go?
For 9, I have Colossus.
Oh,
so the reason why I was giving Bishop number 10 was the hopes that we could put Colossus at number 9.
Okay. All right. I like that. And why did you pick? So is Bishop on your list anywhere?
No, he's not.
Okay. So Bishop was not on your list anywhere, but you still liked Colossus better.
Yes.
Okay. And what was, I guess, give your reasoning for that now?
I like Colossus because to me, I like the power. His mutant ability is pretty cool. When he first debuted, he was written as a character who has been fed, Soviet propaganda his whole life. Yeah. He's coming to America and learning that it's not quite what he's been taught. I don't know, to me, it might sound corny, but I've always kind of seen Colossus as like the gentle one who only fights when he has to, when he's reluctant to do it.
Yep. That's a good point. And what I like about him is kind of, he's like one of those air characters, kind of like Captain America was at his time. And then, Colossus kind of came into the time where the commie and all that stuff was kind of going on. So that's one thing I really love about X-Men is there's a lot of character or time period characters, we'll say. Mm-hmm. And obviously that expands into comics as a whole, but I think X-Men does a good job with it. So, Dustin, your number 9.
All right. So my number 9, I'm really wondering if we're ever going to have at least 2 of us pick somebody in the same slot.
I think you and I
Mystique at number 9. Mystique.
Mystique. Okay. Sorry. I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Mystique is a great character. She's able to be moved into so many storylines. And my favorite storyline with Mystique in it isn't really actually technically an X-Men book, but it's I guess it kind of is actually. But Mystique actually, I believe she has a child with Sabretooth, which is awesome. But you see where Mystique is able to, certain situations that she's been put into in the movies, but in the comic books too. And you know, how can you not put the shapeshifter on there? I mean, I don't know.
So Justin, was she on your list at all?
She's not.
She's not on mine either. So I guess we take that out. And then Nightcrawler. Dustin, did Nightcrawler make your list?
No.
But he did make Justin's. I'm just assuming higher, right?
He did.
So
Colossus did not make my list.
But Colossus made both of ours. So I'm thinking maybe we go Colossus at 9.
Yeah,
That's,
Colossus number 9.
Okay.
That's why I conceded Bishop at 10.
And I know I'm misspelling that, so I'll fix that in a minute. But all right, so number 8, Justin, you go first this time.
So number 8, I'm cheating and I'm picking Archangel. I want specifically Archangel, not Angel.
Yep. I was really close. So spoiler, I didn't put Archangel on my list at all. However, I was close. He was very close. I really liked Archangel. I liked what Apocalypse kind of did to him there. And that to me was really, really cool. And I do believe I have his first appearance in New Mutants. What was it?
Archangel's first appearance?
Yeah. Wasn't it?
X Factor.
X Factor.
Something like that.
No, 24 is the cover.
But it's the one with the wings and the
Yeah.
I've got it over here in my box. It's got the circle with the across it.
Yep.
No, that's the first 4 horsemen.
For me, that color scheme on that costume, the blue and the purple, it pops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Dustin, what was yours?
All right, my number 8 was Storm. Not just any Storm, Mohawk Storm. And Brian Silverbacks, if you're still in here, did an awesome sketch on that the other day. And I'm just going purely off of how she looks. Mohawk Storm, she is just so bad A looking. She just looks so tough. And come on, man, she's able to control the weather. You know, she almost has a scary side to her, you know, when her eyes go all white and she flies up and then the weather starts going and she's in the middle of the ocean and the sea's just going everywhere. So I think Storm is definitely a very, very big part of the team. She always has been. And they've done so many awesome covers with Storm on the cover too, especially with the Mohawk stuff going on. So my number 8 is Storm.
All right. So we had, what was yours again, Justin? Archangel?
Archangel.
We had Storm. And mine was actually Rogue. So I picked Rogue. I think she is definitely one of the what's the word I want to use?
Pioneers.
I don't know the word I want to use, but she was kind of one of the more fascinating characters to me. Every time I've read or watched,
She's
the
a flagship character.
Yeah, flagship, and can't touch, and like, how could you go through life that way? That to me was kind of crazy, but she was really freaking powerful. So for me, I put her there. So what do you guys think about that?
I've got Rogue on my list, but she's higher than what you did.
And
I also have Rogue on my list, but she's higher.
And I have Storm on my list, but she's higher than Dustin. Do you have Storm at all, Justin?
I don't, but I don't think Archangel should make a top 10 X-Men list, like a consensus X-Men list. So that's why I'm like, yep, I'm fine with Storm here.
Storm
I'm okay with us putting Rogue at this spot.
I would be fine if she went higher, though.
She's not going to go much higher.
What do you think, Justin? Do you want to fight for her to be a little bit higher?
Who, Rogue or Storm?
Rogue.
Well, look, I think we should all agree right now that both of them should make the list.
Oh,
100%.
So what we're going to argue about is which one do we like higher, Storm or Rogue?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little mixture of both on how we personally like the character and what we thought their contributions to the series was.
Okay. So two of us have Rogue higher, correct?
Yep.
So I would put Storm here then.
Okay. All right. So that's what we'll do. And were you responding to Southern Comic Geek?
Yeah.
Dustin? So basically, Southern Comic Geek, if you want to know how this came out, I sent a message to everybody. and basically said, "Hey, let's do a top 10 X-Men list." I think that might be an interesting conversation because Justin's pretty high on the X-Men. Dustin's pretty high on the X-Men. I am not at their level, but I do enjoy it. So might make an interesting conversation. And I think maybe next week we might do a top 10 of the best egg rolls or something.
I'm so sorry. She brought it in here and sat it down, and I can't. It just smells so good. I can't. It's a Sonny's barbecue egg roll, man. I couldn't let it go.
All right. So we have Storm at number 7. So number 6, Dustin, you go first.
So that was number 8, wasn't it?
That was number 8.
Yep. Sorry. Yep.
Number 7 for me, Rogue. So that's what I was saying. Like, I didn't care which one went where. So,
yeah.
Same thing you just said, man. I mean, my thing with Rogue is I think that Rogue makes the sexiest cosplay where you can still, be, what's the word I'm looking for?
I didn't realize we were taking cosplay into consideration.
Well, no, like you're covered up and you can still be. What's the word I'm looking for? Where you're not
conservative.
Conservative.
I guess whatever. Like you can somebody can dress up as Rogue and be hot, and they don't have to have a bunch of cleavage hanging out or the behind hanging out and all that. But Rogue in the animated series is what really made me. That's where I went for this. Because she's got that really cool Southern accent. Her powers are obviously tremendous. So,
one thing on that, Rogue and Gambit's accents in that show kill me.
Really?
They're so hard for me to
Gambit bothers me a little bit, but I love Rogue's.
Like, I understand Gambit's is supposed to be the Cajun accent. That's fine, but geez, they could have picked like better voice actors or something. Again, I know where it's coming from. It's the 90s. Everybody had mullets and terrible, stuff. But
yeah.
Have you watched or have you seen the Honest trailers? Well, first off, have you ever watched Honest trailers?
I've seen some of them. Yeah.
They did one on the 90s X-Men animated show.
Oh, yeah?
And it's worth watching.
I'll watch it and we'll talk about it next week. How about that?
It's worth watching.
Cool.
All right, so let's get back on track. So we're on number 7. Yeah. So Dustin said Rogue.
Based purely on the animated series because I've literally don't think I've read anything X-Men with her in it. I haven't read as much X-Men as I'd like to, but Rogue is definitely coming off of my animated series experience.
Yep. And I actually put Storm as my number 7. And Justin, what'd you do?
So what's an X-Men list without Mr. Summers? Oh, wait, I'm not talking about Scott. I'm talking about his brother, Alex. I've got Havoc at number 7.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, Cyclops did not make my list.
What? Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that, I guess, once we get to like 1 and 2. But
what?
Yeah, I like Havoc's power set. I kind of liked how he was always, played off as Cyclops being a jerk and him just doing the exact opposite, not wanting really much to do with him. So I've got Havoc at 7.
Very neat. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
I didn't even think about Havoc. I'm totally about Havoc, dude.
I don't. My opinion is that Havoc can't make a top 10 consensus list. So, like, Rogue.
I don't think Havoc can beat out Storm or Rogue.
Right.
But so whoever we had previously,
we should do Rogue and
Storm last time. So we put Rogue now.
All right. I'm in agreement with that.
I agree with that.
Think of Havoc, dude. Because what I did was I made a list of my favorite characters or characters I really liked. And then I took 10. I started at number 10. I was like, all right, I'll put this one here, this one here. Havoc wasn't even on that list. I didn't even think about Havoc, man.
He's definitely the cooler Summers brother.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Make my list. I promise you that.
Oh, he made mine. He made mine.
Cyclops is the Luke Skywalker of the X-Men, dude. Trash.
All right, anyway,
tiny kitty baby, supposed leader.
Okay, so we'll get. Let's do number 6.
So number 6, I have Rogue.
Okay. For me, I had Beast. I thought number 6 was a great spot for Beast because I had 5 others that were a good bit better. But I really enjoyed Beast as a character. And I think over the last however long it's been since he's been a huge rock for the X-Men. So that's where I'm at.
I had 2 at number 6 because I could not decide, but I will decide now and say Beast. I had Beast and Apocalypse, both at number 6, could not decide. But since you said Beast, I'll say Beast. I can agree.
What do you mean you can't decide between the two?
Well, because I wanted both of them on the list, but I didn't want to bump anybody else off, and I didn't want to put them. I didn't want to put them between 10 and 6 or 10 and 7, or I wanted them to be, high on the list, but they couldn't take the place of the people I had at the top, and I didn't want them as far back as they would have been. So I was like, I'll decide as we go. But yeah, I'll say Beast for sure. I love Apocalypse, but
right, Chaos. So Dustin gets the top 11. Justin's doing honorable mentions. I think I'm the only one that stayed true to. Let me just get 10 and done.
Like Apocalypse, he's anything, dude. He can do anything.
I agree. I think Apocalypse is 100% should be there, but I think I didn't put him on my list, and I thought I did, but I didn't. But I don't care.
I'm changing my mind, dude, because I just hyped myself up about Apocalypse. Beast is off my list now, just because I had to take
Apocalypse is off the list.
Apocalypse is on the list at number 6. Beast, I love Beast. I'm putting together that Amazing Adventures. I've got a freaking huge Beast figure over here, but Beast ain't on my list now. We're putting Apocalypse at number 6. Beast out.
Hold on, you got to get Justin. You got to Beast or Apocalypse.
So my pick was Rogue, and we've already got her on the list.
Yep.
So if you're asking me to pick between Beast and Apocalypse, I'm going to pick Beast because I view Apocalypse as more of a villain than I do a hero. If we were doing top X-Men villains, Apocalypse is number 2 or 3 for me.
Okay. So we're not supposed to have villains on this list?
No, you can. I was
going to say my top 5 is I got to do a new top 5 then.
No, you're fine. But Justin got to make the final call since you and I were at odds. So number 6, the Beast.
So I've got 2 people that are pissed right now.
One's like Apocalypse should be number 1, and then
Beast. Beast is out because I said Beast is out. Chaos is mad because Apocalypse is completely out now. See, for me, Southern Comic Geek, I'm thinking furry Beast, the gray Beast in the beginning.
And see, I love the new Dark Beast.
I like 90s Jim Lee Blue Beast.
Dustin is confused.
All right, so let's move on to number 5.
John's Comics with Kids, nice to have you, man. And Apocalypse would absolutely backstab you. So for nothing else, loyalty. And the magic lasso. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up reading some comments. We're not ignoring you guys. Sorry.
I love Apocalypse, but then I'm thinking like, man, I'm putting together the old Amazing Adventures, and I love those books. I love that gray Beast figure I got. So I'm like, Beast just was an afterthought.
Chaos, I'm talking about the X Factor, new X Factor Beast is what I'm referring to.
Oh, okay.
All right, so number 5. You want me to go first? Who went first last time?
Turn to go first.
All right, so I put Magneto. No explanation really needed. Who'd you put?
Is it my turn or Justin's?
It doesn't matter.
Who wants to go?
I've got Kitty Pryde at number 5.
Kitty Pryde. I looked really hard at putting her on the list, and I didn't.
So I feel like she's been involved in a ton of storylines.
Oh, yeah.
I believe Joss Whedon based Buffy the Vampire Slayer as a character model off of Kitty Pryde. I mean, we had an entire X-Men book, Astonishing X-Men, based around Kitty Pryde. So,
and I really, and I don't know much about her, like really too in depth. But I do really like what they did with her with the Marauder storyline here recently.
Yes.
Making her the captain, the pirate. Like, that was a character I could get behind. And that's why whenever I was looking through different characters, she was up there. But again, I don't know. You can tell who the real like diehard X-Men fans are. But all right, go ahead,
Well-
Dustin. Who's yours?
Well, I'm gonna side with the not so diehard X-Men fan because at number 5, I swear to God, I had Magneto.
Yeah.
So I was shaking my head at Magneto at number 5 just because I've got him higher on my list.
Hey, that's cool.
So he's on my list just higher.
So okay. So what do you guys want to do? You want to go? I mean, you and I picked Magneto.
Yeah,
So
so
we
I
can
think
out
we're gonna
overrule.
go Magneto, but
Okay.
I definitely can we bump Beast and put Kitty Pride?
I personally would, but
Because I'm totally good with that.
we should leave that
Like,
up to
I
the
was sitting
chat.
there trying to figure out.
All right. So we'll do that.
I had Rogue, Storm, Mystique, and Kitty Pride, and Kitty Pride didn't make the cut out of them for those slots. And it's not just that I only wanted to have so many women, but I had a certain spaces that I wanted to put those certain characters in, and I bumped Kitty Pride out. So let's bump Beast out and put Kitty Pride.
Well, what I did is I put an asterisk, and then I say after we get done, let's unveil the list, see what the chat says, and then we can make amendments at that point.
All right.
Is that fair?
So it's my turn to go first. Number 4.
For the record, I would totally kick Bishop out if it meant that we got a list with Beast and Kitty Pryde.
I could go with that.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there.
And that's yeah. So why in the world would we pick 2 people we agree should be 6 to save number 10?
No, we bump everything back.
Yeah. So okay. Cool.
Okay,
All right.
I'm good with that. We'll get rid of Bishop, even though Bishop was a great character. That'll work. I just like to say I've won more of them than Nick has. So, for number 4, so hey, Southern Comic Geek. Now this is another. This dude right here is the X-Man. He knows a whole lot about it. I think him and Justin could have some really in-depth conversations because I know a lot more than Nick, but I don't know as much as either one of those guys. So,
and that's one of the things I'm doing.
Stamp of approval. I'm good with it.
And that's one thing I'm doing next is after I'm done reading through the Venom omnibuses, I'm going to go back through. I'm going to try to pick up some of the X-Men omnibus and start reading through those because I think that's something where I think everybody kind of knows a little bit about it.
Yeah,
but I really want to know the source material.
My local comic, one of the local comic shops, not my local comic shop that I go to all the time, but one of the other shops I go to that I went to today, they actually had the omnibus, and I think it's volume 3, the one with the giant size X-Men cover on it. I think that one actually covers into the Jim Lee stuff too. I almost picked it up because it was 20% off, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad price.
Issue number 4. Take a shot. For spot number 4, I've got the Raging Cajun, Mr. Remy LeBeau, slinging a staff, throwing cards. Oh yeah, I got Gambit in there at number 4.
We're about to have to break his heart. Justin, who'd you have?
I already see Justin like, oh my god, this guy.
Number 4, I have Nightcrawler.
Okay, and then for me, I actually put Jean Grey.
Hmm.
So this is, So let's go ahead and say, is Gambit on your list at all?
Yes.
Oh well, dang, he's not on my list. So is Jean Grey on y'all's list?
I'm going to get shit for this. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to get crap for this. Jean Grey is not on my list, but I also have Wolverine at number 10.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think that's crazy, but
hey,
right.
this and when I say Jean's not on my list, that's purely because she wasn't a character that was like a big, huge. I was a huge fan of like I would not wear a Jean Grey T-shirt. I don't have any Jean Grey specific comic books. I don't have the Phoenix Saga comic books and stuff like that. So, I had a few in here that I put was because of the importance to the franchise, but for the most part, it was my favorite characters. But I will say that Jean Grey, the Phoenix, all that had a very, very big part in the X-Men franchise.
All right.
So
why don't we do? What was your number 4, Justin? What did you say it was? Nightcrawler. Okay.
Gambit.
All right. So you 2 guys decide. I don't carry the one. Who should go number 4? Let's put Jean Grey as an asterisk, and we got to find somewhere to get her in there.
I tell you what.
I agree. Jean Grey should be on the list. She's just not on my personal list.
And we'll do that afterwards. So you guys figure out number 4.
Give me Gambit at number 4, and we can pull somebody else off to throw Nightcrawler.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. I would probably throw Colossus off to take Nightcrawler.
All right, we'll do some negotiating afterwards.
You making another list, Nick? Of
Yeah,
like,
I got it.
We got to find a way to put in.
Yeah. All right. So Gambit at number 4.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3.
Go ahead, Justin.
I'm going to go first on this because I know that this character should not be on the overall top 10 list, and it's definitely a personal favorite of mine. Number 3, I've got Cannonball.
What?
So hear me out. The reason why I picked Cannonball, I really like his mutant power, and the fact that he was born and raised in Kentucky. He worked in the coal mines when he was a kid. His father died in, I believe, a coal mine accident. I live in West Virginia. Coal is king. That's why I picked Cannonball at number 3.
So he was kind of like, whenever you were reading the comic, you kind of see yourself a little bit in him.
He was the character that I most related to.
Okay.
I can see Cannonball coming home. Father, I've got the black lung.
Lung pop.
Y'all ain't right.
All right.
So that's just my personal number 3. I know Cannonball's not making the top 10 list.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. So Dustin, you're number 3.
All right, my number 3. So this guy was a USSR super soldier. He was running around and literally killing and raping women any chance he got. When he got caught, they tried.
So we're celebrating that. That's awesome.
No. When they tried to kill him and they couldn't. So then they threw him into this super soldier project, and it ended up turning him white. And, you got to give Omega Red has got to have a high spot on this list. The dude is awesome. Awesome. Love Omega Red. The way he's able to just let those what is the word I'm looking for? He's able to release those. They
Tentacles?
Like
Cables?
Tendrils?
Cables, but he has those
Tentacles?
or something.
Tendrils?
He says that'll kill you.
Bad breath?
I can't think of the word I'm thinking today, but anyway, Omega Red. I'm putting Omega Red at number 3. I wish I could think of the word that I can't. This happens every show. It happens all the time, but I love Omega Red.
Well,
dude is a savage, man.
We'll give you the excuse that it is almost midnight your time.
Pheromones. Thank you, Southern Comic Geek. Pheromones. He's able to release those pheromones. He doesn't even have to get right up on you to kill you. He don't have to put his hands on you.
Well,
so, Omega Red. So we took off the other Russian guy, but this one's got to make it.
My number 3 is Professor X. What do you mean?
Why? Because he gets to park closer to the door at Walmart?
Because without him, wow. So now we're celebrating what Omega Red did in his past, and now you're going to make disability jokes. You're a terrible human being. I want everybody to know that.
That is not funny.
It was about the comic book character. Leave me alone. I didn't think Professor X should even count, man. Come on, you can't even.
What do you mean he shouldn't count?
So I will sit here and say, yes, Cannonball should not count. But to sit there and say that Professor X shouldn't count on an X-Men list?
No, and the reason why I say that is because he's a given. He's a given. Like, we wouldn't have X-Men if you read What If number 2. You would know if without him there is no X-Men. So Professor X should be the guy sitting on top of the list, looking down at the top 10 below him. Come on.
I'm gonna leave this up to Justin. You choose between the two. Who should be number 3?
Omega Red or Professor X?
Yeah. Is Professor X on your list somewhere?
He is not, but neither is Omega Red. If Professor X would be higher on my list than Omega Red would be.
All right. So screw you, Dustin.
Like,
I'm just saying.
I want to make a list of just villains, and then I would consider Omega Red. If I
Okay,
could
so
think
we'll
of,
do
like,
a villains list next time
I
then.
couldn't think like I'm sure I could think of like 12 better X-Men villains ahead of Omega Red.
Man. This is
All right,
coming from
so-
a guy who had Wolverine at like what, number 11?
Yeah.
That's why he don't
That is
like
a fair point.
Red.
All right. So look. This list has gone off the rails a little bit, and truth told, I can't even speak to that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where that comes from.
Gold Balls is number 12 for me. Just saying.
Nick loves gold balls. Love
Oh
that.
my god, dude! When they brought him in and made him such a big critical part of Hawks and Pox and stuff, like it just cracked me up.
Thank you, Chaos. I know. See, I feel like me and Chaos are on the same page. Like we enjoy the savage villainy that this guy brings to the table.
Well, let me be a quick spoiler. I don't think Sabretooth's gonna be 1 or 2 for either one of us either.
I'm gonna have Green Goblin as my number 1. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Chaos. I was just in here throwing you a high five, bro. Now you want to just throw me in the dirt.
Oh man, that's too funny.
All right, number 2, Nick.
Well, I know how you guys feel about him, but I picked Cyclops.
So, Justin, you want to talk about a real number 2 candidate?
I believe we've already talked. My number 2 has already been on the list. I think I have Magneto at number 2.
I mean, he deserves to be pretty high.
So does Cyclops. Should be on the list. I just don't like his personality.
Yeah. Okay, Dustin, what's yours?
All right, my number 2, snicked Wolverine. That's
Now-
the franchise player right there. That's the guy that is on. He is the John Cena of the X-Men. He's the face that runs the place. You know, he's the champ that runs.
But not so much. I mean, if you want to go back to like the X-Men, I mean, the animated series, because I know that was a reference point earlier. Cyclops is who ran that. Wolverine was just the whiny little kid that go on rampages.
And Cyclops is not on this list, so
I viewed it the other way. I viewed it as Cyclops being a whiny little brat, giving orders, and Wolverine just being like, "Okay, yeah, you can say what you want. I'm just going to do my own thing."
and we all know the truth. We all know the truth.
Look,
Wolverine, he was smashing.
I don't.
He was the whole
Oh
time.
my god.
He was. You know it. You know, Jean just could not. She could not get past that bad boy on the motorcycle. That's
Well,
why
in the new
Cyclops
X-Men, they're
was always
talking about. In the new X-Men, it's supposed to be all 3 of them at one time, so it's crazy. But okay, all right. So Wolverine, is higher on my list. We'll say. So I don't care whether he's 1 or 2. So I guess you and I are at odds. Justin, you can make the final call again.
Where did we put Magneto at?
4, I think, or 5.
So he's already on the list.
Yeah, he's at 5.
Okay, so if he's on the list, we're not putting Cyclops on the list. Are we good with putting Wolverine at 2?
I was going to vote for Cyclops because I figured consensus between all of us, Wolverine would be number 1.
I'm not consensus with that at all, but
Who's your number 1?
My
Okay.
number 1.
go ahead,
Let's
Justin.
do 1 and 2 right now.
My number 1 is Gambit.
Wow.
I didn't even realize he hadn't said Gambit yet, but I am a little shocked at that. Come on ahead with it.
I mean, Gambit was the coolest character on that cartoon show, and that's what I grew up with. End
Yeah.
of story.
Okay. And then see, I had Wolverine and then Cyclops at 1 and 2. And I'm assuming you had Sabretooth.
Sabretooth, man. Big
Yeah.
save at number 1.
Yeah,
That
so
dude-
he's not gonna make it. Sorry.
Sabretooth was a monstrous, just psycho killing machine from the start. He'll walk in a room, I've said it 100 times, he'll walk into a room of innocent people, kill everybody in there, and go bust a hole in the vending machine and sit there and eat cookies while he watches them just because he felt like doing it that day. He's just
You sure do celebrate a lot of terrible human things.
savage. Sabretooth is such a savage, man. I love it. You know, his attitude all the time. You know, there's no rhyme or reason for most of what he does. I loved reading the Sabretooth miniseries, man. It was such a cool series. And you know, obviously I got that 8.5 up above my head. It's probably my favorite book in my collection. I love Sabretooth, man. Can't get past it. So I got Sabretooth at number 1. I know y'all ain't going to have it, and I don't care because.
All right. So I think let's put Sabretooth as an asterisk at the bottom. And then we'll reevaluate. I mean, what do you think, Justin? Do you think he's worthy of 1 or 2?
I think if we were doing a villains list, then Sabretooth definitely in the top 5 X-Men villains.
We're going to have to do the villains list.
All right. So we'll do the villains list and save him for later then.
Okay.
I think 1 and 2 should be Wolverine, Cyclops.
All right. So how do you guys want to do that then?
I'd rather do freaking Xavier and Wolverine than Cyclops.
Okay. Pull yourself away from this
I almost
weird
said Quicksilver too, but I didn't put him in there.
from this
Top
weird
50.
about 50.
Top 15 Quicksilvers on there.
All right. So pull your away from this weird like fantasy thing you have with Cyclops going on, and your hopes and dreams for Jean and X-Men getting it. Be realistic. I think Cyclops is definitely up there.
Logan was smashing.
Oh man, Quicksilver does suck.
Hey, all
right.
right, I'll tell a joke so you can edit this out. You know how Wolverine got her? He was like, "Come on, just the snicked."
You're nuts.
All right, so all right, seriously, where are we?
And I don't even did Justin even laugh?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he's laughing.
thought it was stupid though. He wasn't laughing because it was funny. I don't think.
I was laughing because of how much you enjoyed it.
All right, so I did a little Google Docs here, and this is where we're at on our top 10 list.
Superior hero.
So we have Wolverine. Do we want to go ahead and cement him in big bold that he should be number 1? Do we all agree?
That's fine.
I can be good with that.
All right. Now, number 2, do we want to rearrange, push, remove, drop, or do we want to solidify?
I want to take Professor X and Bishop off and make sure that Kitty like I feel like me personally shoot.
Gambit should go to number 2.
Okay.
So if it were me, I would drop Colossus off, and then that way you can have Kitty Pryde, Jean Grey, and Nightcrawler all on there.
Okay. All right. So
Gambit going to number 2 over Cyclops.
I'm fine with Gambit at 2 over Cyclops.
So bump Cyclops down to number 3. Put Gambit at 2.
all right. And then
And it's not the Beast. It's just.
I know. I was trying to type.
Hey, man, I had to take a shot.
Right. And then we're removing Sabretooth completely and Kitty Pryde. So now let's figure out 8. So who's 8 out of these bottom 3?
Nightcrawler.
Justin?
I want to put Kitty Pryde at 8, but
I'm good with that.
I'm happy that she's making the list. So,
Well, and see, for me, I think she's a lot more significant than Nightcrawler is. From that aspect,
I would put her above Nightcrawler. So do that.
all right. Then who? Nightcrawler, then Jean, or Jean, then Nightcrawler? I think Jean deserves at least 9.
Yeah, I would give Jean 9, Nightcrawler 10.
that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay. I hope I'm using the right form of gray.
Matter of fact, how about we bump the whole list up and put Beast at number 9, or Beast at number 10, and Nightcrawler at number 9. Jean at number 8, Kitty at 7, Storm at 6, Rogue at 5. Everybody good with that or no?
That works. I'm fine with that.
So Beast is 10, and then we go Nightcrawler. Yeah.
So, folks, there you have it. It took a long time to get here, but we finally did it. I don't know if that went how you guys expected it. That was kind of how I expected it. Chaos. I was hoping to see no. So let us know in the chat. Do you agree? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And really, if you look at it, none of these were true villain. I mean, Magneto obviously is a villain, but he at times was less of a villain, we'll say.
I don't think he's a villain. I can kind of.
Is he like an anti-hero to you?
Yeah, he's an anti-hero.
To me, I can kind of relate with him on some things. He's not necessarily just about killing people. He's more about his people surviving, and that's based on what happened to his people. And I'm not meaning mutants at this time, but his people as a child, seeing what happened to him. He doesn't want to see that happen to the mutants. So, I don't really look at him as a villain. He just wants to go about getting the same thing that Professor X wants. He just got a much stronger and a little more savage way of wanting to do it. So I ain't mad at him. I'm more of a villain guy all the way anyway. So,
well, next time you talk about villains, maybe don't bring up their rapey pasts. You weirdo.
Sorry.
Oh man.
I mean that dude. It's part of this. It's part of the character. Sorry.
All right. So I don't see anybody fighting against us.
Can we get a stamp of approval from the SCG on this one? And what do you got to say, Chaos? Since you got so much to say.
And while we're waiting on the responses, so anything else you guys wanted to chat about, talk about, or if not, I think we've covered everything kind of we wanted to, and we've not gone 5 hours, so we're staying true to Miss Birch.
Yep. Do we want to nail down what top 10 lists we want to do next week?
I'm fine with doing a villains list. Do you want to do an X-Men specific? Do you want to do a Marvel specific?
Ooh, I think Marvel specific's too big. We'd probably have to do like a top 15 or 20. I think if we want to do like just go ahead and do an X-Men villains list next week, and then we can bump to a different franchise.
Yeah,
it's fine by me. All right. So everybody else seems to be doing it, giving us a thumbs up. Listeners for fun. Yeah, and it really just conversation, right? Just kind of hanging out, enjoying a little bit. And I thought it might kind of be a neat way to spend some time. So Justin, what do you got going on? Anything you got going on? Are you going to be on anybody's channel coming up? Dylan, anybody else's?
I don't know. I just randomly pop in and appear at places. Nothing.
Are you enjoying?
Let's just go with that. Nothing scheduled.
Are you enjoying kind of just being a part of it and kind of hopping on and kind of?
Yeah, very much so. Like I was talking to Dylan that, I never really did much, watched many comic YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I was mainly more watching toy stuff. So it's nice to be watching. It's nice to be involved. It's nice to it's just nice to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we enjoy having you, man.
Absolutely.
And I know you kind of work from home and stuff, so hopefully it kind of gives you your wife a break from talking about nerd stuff with her all the time. I think our wives kind of enjoy that. So,
I think it's I think she likes it as long as I don't crawl into bed at 4 a.m.
Good point.
Not to break it up, but look who we got here. I think this is the first time we've had Jay Stacks on here while we've been live on our YouTube channel.
Yep. Jay, good to have you.
What's going on, man? He's watching through Facebook, man. Come on over to the YouTube side, brother.
So, all right, guys. Well, we got a couple things coming out this week. I think I'm going to record a mail call video. Dustin may record some mail call videos. We're going to be doing some comic reviews. So I'm writing a couple of scripts for those. And it's going to be a little bit different than just sitting down and talking about the book. Mm-hmm. So hopefully people enjoy those. I'm going to try to get a couple of scripts together before we start pushing them all out at one time. And, we'll be here.
Video tomorrow that is going to be something completely different than anything we've done so far. Me and Nick talked about it. We both thought it would be really cool. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's going to be something that I think is going to be pretty fun.
Yep. We may have something coming out from my LCS soon, kind of something we're going to be partaking in. So hopefully that'll work. What?
I read something in the chat.
Were we supposed to do a drawing?
Oh no, because I didn't get it ready in time.
Okay. So we'll go live one day this week and do that.
The Instagram drawing, yeah, we finally hit 1,000 on Instagram, so that's cool. I was so excited, and then I realized we don't actually get the swipe down feature until 10,000. So, if you have 10,000 or not 9,000 friends, tell them to follow us on Instagram.
Absolutely.
But all right, guys, I've not changed the scary music away from this one yet, so you're gonna have to put up with it for now. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. Any final thoughts? Any final words?
I just wanted to. So, are we gonna have more in the toy box next week?
That's a great question. I have no idea what's supposed to come in next week.
I'm just trying to find a way for Nick to drop that thing one more time.
Oh, you just want to see it one more time? I can do that.
No lie,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what my actual handwriting looks like.
You know what's funny is I typed in just bad handwriting font, and it was like the third one that came up. But what's cool about that, if you don't know, that is the Amazing Spider, or not the Amazing Spider-Man, but the Spider-Man from the 90s. The very beginning of that theme song mixed in with the X-Men theme song, so YouTube hopefully won't catch it. And it turned out to be a pretty neat little, Badoop thing.
Absolutely.
Badoop. That's the official term for that. Badoop. So, all right, guys. You all have a great night. We appreciate it. And as always,
Collect your way.
come on, Justin, you can do it.